Because listen, you're arrogant, and we all know that. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, maybe he don't want to feel like he opening up for some people. When I see other people on tour, and I remember that tour that you're talking about with Jeezy and Gucci, I think it was Gucci, and it was other artists, I thought it was dope. So I was wondering why you didn't do that more often, because every time it's a tour, it's either you by yourself or it was Dipset. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah. I'm not arrogant, I just know my worth.
Talking.
Right.
I'm just saying. Some do whatever for whatever. I'm not a whore. You just can't buy me for whatever price.
That's called a whore?
Yeah, it's called a whore if you do whatever for whatever. And then you devalue yourself because they know they could get you for whatever.
They tried to price him like a feature. He turned the entire game into a lesson on leverage. Cameron is not just talking about touring here. He's exposing how money really moves in the music industry and why most artists stay underpaid without even realizing it. In this conversation, he breaks down why he stopped doing traditional tours. Not because of ego, not because of pride, but because he understands opportunity, timing, and financial positioning at a level that most people ignore. He explains how deals in entertainment are never what they look like at first. The first number is never really the real number. The first offer is never the best offer. And the people who accept too quickly are usually the ones who get locked into the lowest value bracket for years. Now I'm about to let y'all hear this for yourselves. But before I do, I just need y'all to like, leave y'all thoughts down below in the comment section, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
I think we all know that they have business behind the scenes, and I think it would have been really good to see them do business in front of the scenes. That was my only thing for them. So I think it would have been a really good look for Nori, and I think it would have been a really good. No matter what they tell me, and I don't know how they feel, and it's not really my business, but I think it would have been really good to show Black people that, hey, we can't stick together, not just behind the scenes, and I'm pretty sure they do a lot of business, but to show them up front that, hey, I'm here.
Before I get to the next point, a question I always wanted to ask you, even before doing It Is What It Is or whatever, I noticed that you don't tour with people a lot. Is it because like mainly you go on your own tours, or you don't ever want to feel like you're opening up for somebody? Like, what's the reason why? Because I always see like artists, get on people tour. They be like, yo, let's go tour together. You know what I mean? Like, I never known you for doing that. So why don't you like tour with people? Is there, you know what I mean? Is it the opening act thing, or like, what is it?
It's about opportunity presenting itself. Before COVID hit, I went on tour by myself for like 7 years straight. Then COVID hit, then I just really didn't have a tour. Like, I realized COVID just was over 2 years ago, but 3 years now. You know what I'm saying? COVID was like from 2020 to the beginning of 2023. And I just never revisited tours after that. I do shows here and there. I did residency out here in Dreas, so on and so forth. But it's just about the opportunity. Matter of fact, I did go on the tour. I forget the name of that tour I went on. It was Young Jeezy and Gucci. I forget who it was, but I went on one tour recently, like 2 years ago. Shout out to my man, 2 Jeezy, put it together. But it ain't about nothing but opportunity and money. And that's just that. There's no opening up or anything like that. It's business, not morals.
Well, I was thinking it was morals, because I'm like, maybe, because listen, you're arrogant, and we all know that. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, maybe he don't want to feel like he opening up for some people. When I see other people on tour, and I remember that tour that you're talking about with Jeezy and Gucci, I think it was Gucci, and it was other artists, I thought it was dope. So I was wondering why you didn't do that more often, because every time it's a tour, it's either you by yourself or it was Dipset. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah. I'm not arrogant, I just know my worth.
Talking.
Right.
I'm just saying. Some do whatever for whatever. I'm not a whore. You just can't buy me for whatever price.
That's called a whore?
Yeah, it's called a whore if you do whatever for whatever. and then you devalue yourself because they know they could get you for whatever. Like, I'll give you a great example, right? Is that I'm not going to say the name of the company. This is all right. I'll give you a bad example. I was going to give you one example, right? But I'll give you another example. This company wanted me to come talk to these people for $50,000, like for 10 minutes to come talk to people.
10
to 12 minutes. So I was going to do it. Something happened to where a few people was going to be there that I didn't necessarily like. And I was like, look, I don't want to be there if they're going to be there. And it's nothing personal. I'm not talking about or whatever. I just didn't want to be around those group of people. And they was like, nah, Cam, okay. I said, nah, I don't want to stop nobody's money. You know, they could do it. I'll do it next year. Y'all do it every year. It's no big deal. No, Cam, we need you there this year. We don't want them. And I'm like, look, if you want me to come there, I want $122,011.
11 what? Talking about
11 cents.
This is what I'm talking about. 11 cents.
But I do that because I'd be like, they're not going to agree to this. But they agreed to it. So then basically, you was about to lowball me, pause. Because if you had $122,011, I told them to round the 11 cent up to $1. So it's $122,001 that they cut me. They wired me.
Round it up.
You was about to what is that? 150% undercut me because y'all had it anyway. So I end up getting triple on what I was going, not all the way triple, almost triple, which I was about to pay me anyway. So therefore, when be offering you the first thing, stop always saying yeah because you think it's a lot of money. You be like, oh, nah, paying me this. If they got this, sometimes they got triple on what they gonna owe you. So when I say be whores, it'd be like, yo, you just say yeah to the first thing without even negotiating and seeing what a got. And sometimes the money be so low, it'd be like, yo, why the f would you even say yes to that? Because what happens is this, promoters talk to other promoters. So if you get booked in New Jersey for $3,200, then when you get to Virginia and you be like, yo, I need $7,000. Know the promoter in Jersey. I caught the for $3,200. If you want it in $7,000, that's on you. Yo, we got a hot $5,000 for you, man. Yo. It's the best. Don't act like this ain't an upgrade, man. So, so therefore you have to know your value because all these people who do this is what they've been doing and they know each other's value. They know how much somebody else paid you. It's another, what I was going to say the first time, right? That's why I think Mason's a great negotiator because he knows his value as well, especially going through the situation he went through. Shout out to Suge. I won't blow this company up neither. It's a company that wanted to offer me $60,000 to do a show, him $60,000. So before I know his price. So Murder's like, I said, Murder, these people got $60,000 for you. Kim, I don't come outside for less than $150,000 to walk outside. I said, I know this. I just want to know if you want to entertain this. I'll go back to tell him, Cam, that's just to walk outside. And I'm just telling you. So Suge is in the middle of all this. So, and make a long story short, get on the three-way. They like, yo, we can't do more than $75,000. This is the most we can do. So Mace gets on the phone and says, listen, I appreciate what you guys are doing. I think it's sensational, but I don't come outside for less than $150,000. And they's like, all right, we'll get it done. He said, well, that's just a walk outside. We can talk about all that. Now I don't want to blow his number up on what he end up eventually negotiating. But these started 60s, went to 75 and said they can't do more than 75. Then when they heard his voice, they got more than 150,000. And I told him, well, if you think you're going to give me the same 75 that you was going to give us in the beginning, y'all is bugging. But he ended up getting it. But if you said, that's what I'm saying, he's be sitting there thinking like, yo, turn down 75? God damn, which is a great number for our age. We've been doing this long. But it's always, they not gonna always give you the max in the beginning. There's always some loose change to negotiate. And that's what I'm talking about when I say be whoring themselves out. Just taking anything and devalues yourself because people start talking. Now, what's gonna happen next time, right? Yo, y'all heard, I see you just had Cam at the show. Oh, that wildin'. On $122,000 and 11 cents. Well, maybe I could get them for 90. Maybe I could come for 90. What you need me to do? Because 90 is a favor now.
Yeah.
You got to know how to work the game for it. So it ain't ego for me, it's business, back to answer your original question about touring.
This conversation really shows why understanding money in the entertainment industry is just as important as talent. What stood out to me is how clear Cameron is about value. In music business terms, he is treating every appearance like an asset, not just a moment. That's how long-term wealth gets built in hip-hop and in any creative industry. High-level entertainers often earn more from strategic appearances and brand positioning than from the actual performance itself. Now, that one idea explains a lot about why certain artists stay in demand for decades, while other artists just fade after a peak. What I respect here is that it's not about emotion or ego. It's about awareness. Knowing what your time is worth, knowing how to read an offer, and knowing when a number is actually low, even if it sounds high on paper. That mindset applies to everything from touring contracts to endorsement deals to business partnerships outside of music. So let me ask you all this. Do you think Cameron should be more lenient on how much he asks from promoters so that him and Dipset can tour together more often? Or is he right to stand firm on his value? And do you think a lot of friction between Cameron and Dipset today has a lot to do with the way Cameron approaches his appearance fees and tour money compared to the rest of the group? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.